You can't hear God when you're always entertained. Welcome, brothers. God bless every single one of you guys. Hope you're absolutely killing 2026, being spirit led and letting God guide you. But guys, this topic that I'm going to talk about today is super important because it took over my life for so long, and it's holding so many Christians captive now because we kind of got thrown into this generation of just this overstimulation, these constant, quick, short dopamine pleasures, right? That people are literally slaved down to. Like you can look at your screen time now and you'll probably be shocked. Like it's way more than you probably think. It's taking people captive. More people are spending times on their phones, living their lives artificially than actually spending time with what the Lord has given them with, right? And, for me, it got to the point where it was so bad, where I would literally like cook a meal. I was in the gym trying to get big, eating healthy food, but I would literally like cook a nice meal that I would put time and effort into. Of course, while watching YouTube or listening to a podcast or something while I'm cooking, I would never focus on the actual task. But then I would sit down, eat my meal, maybe pray over it, and then just push the food to the side before I ate it. And I would just go on YouTube and try to find a video, the perfect video, like while my food was just sitting there getting cold. And you might even be doing that right now, just eating while watching this video, or in bed maybe, haven't started your day yet, whatever it may be, right? And if you're taking notes or if you're sitting down and watching this with intention, let's go, G. And if you're not, then this video is for you especially. Right, but literally it got to that point where I would set my food to the side, let the food that I spent my time cooking on, and just push it to the side, let it get cold while I was trying to find the perfect video. And unfortunately, so many, you can probably relate to that genuinely, right? And the problem is every single man can, every single person can. And I've been focusing on kind of living still, living slow, and it's changed everything. It started because I wanted to pray more. I felt like I wasn't praying enough. And I went to the gym one time and I was like, okay, look, I'm only going to listen to music while at the gym or driving to the gym. So then as soon as I finished my workout, I took out my AirPods, stopped listening to the music. And I promise you, within 5 seconds, I was thanking the Lord for that workout. The first time I tried this, the first day. So it just shows how crazy it is, right? But we can't hear the Lord when this constant noise is just in our ear, right? Most men say God is silent, but life never is. That's why God's silent, because you're letting your life just control your mind. It's something constantly new. Something has to be flooded into your mind. There's always music playing, a screen glowing, podcast playing, even if it's worship music, right? People are silencing God, the present moment, for worship music. Even if it's a great podcast, even if it's this video that can change your life, it's still not God. We want to soak in this presence of God, right? It's just constantly, content, things getting a grip of you. God's voice gets drowned out when noise is constant, right? So I want to go to Psalms chapter 46, verse 10. And breathe with me, right? Practice being still real quick. Be still right now while I flip. 46:10. Super simple. Be still and know that I am God. But this is instruction. Be still. Focus. Feel the presence of the Lord. The Holy Spirit is in you, brother. And that's the only way you're going to make this transformation. But feel that. Feel the blessings. When I wake up every single day, 6 a.m., you guys see it on my Instagram stories, walk outside, 50 push-ups. I take 3 deep breaths. Breathe in like a genuine king. People don't even breathe anymore. Breathe. And be still. Feel the wind. I love to feel my cold feet on the concrete and just experience the present moment and ask myself, how blessed am I? And if more people sat with that thought, how blessed are you? I love journaling every single morning and just writing down everything I'm grateful for, right? And if you guys don't do that, try it. Be still. Focus on what you have right now. Because when you don't, you'll find yourself constantly trying to escape reality. Right? Constantly trying to escape reality. When you're eating, you're trying to when your phone is there eating, when I was eating right there, you're just trying to escape the time, pass it, speed up, time elapse your life. It's always go, 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 but be still. Live the slow life. Focus on what the Lord has in store for you. This is why so many people fall into sin, into porn, into getting angry, because they need to be stimulated. Like I'm telling you, it got to the point where I couldn't sleep without a video playing in the background. Like guess what? I would just be thinking more, and then boom, I'd be bored and got horny and then jack off. And I wouldn't sleep till 4 a.m. Like I'm telling you, this is how it starts. It's just constant stimulation. When your life is just like, this constant pleasure, you're constantly trying to face the pleasure over your purpose, putting the pleasure over your purpose, the comfort over intention. You're dominated by it. It slaves you down. And how you do one thing is how you do everything, right? That is so important. And that's what me and my community takes so seriously, is that fact. Like we try to find excellence. We try to mirror Christ as best as possible. And of course, we will always fall short. But when you're kind of living your life like this, like, okay, every single thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to find God in it. I'm going to put him at the center, and purpose over pleasure. Like imagine you started taking this seriously. The people around you, if you guys want to join the brotherhood, the Forge Brotherhood, first link in the description, calls, community, courses. It's amazing. But imagine like you're actually taking this like kind of law with you, this kind of rule of life with you, purpose over pleasure. So now when you wake up, you're not a slave to the snooze button anymore, right? Boom, that's the first thing. When you have clothes to fold after the laundry, you do it immediately. When you're eating, you just sit there and actually enjoy the food and like sit with your thoughts a little bit. When you're going for a walk, you're just walking without stimulation, without your phone. When you're driving, you don't have to constantly skip the song because you're a little bit bored. Just sit with your thoughts. I call it the art of monotasking, right? Focusing on one blessing at a time, focusing on one thing at a time. And eventually that will lead you into so much better results as you go. But the stimulation, this entertainment keeps your mind busy, but your spirit weak. Right? Constant stimulation trains you to avoid stillness. I remember when I first started like a dopamine detox, I found myself getting anxious. And I thought it was like a withdrawal, right? Like, if you have 10 hours of screen time and then you stop using your phone and all of a sudden you're thinking you're anxious, it's like, give me my medicine back, right? And that's what it is. It's like a Band-Aid. It's not that it's like a withdrawal symptom of me not having my phone. No. It's simply that's just how I was. And my phone was just a cover up for it. So you'll find yourself doing like you find yourself feeling jittery, like, oh, I need something. And that's just how you are. That's like the character that you've been building through being so stimulated. Like because of the constant stimulation, because you decide to wake up and check your phone immediately and have something playing in the background while you fall asleep and watching YouTube videos while you're cooking your food. Because of that, you have now become a more anxious person, a person who always needs the stimulation, but God is still. You won't hear God if the last thing you're going to be thinking about is God when music is just playing, when there's podcasts playing. And I'm not saying these things are bad inherently, of course not. The thing isn't bad itself. This video it's awesome. It's awesome. But when it's used because you can't sit with your thoughts, that's when it becomes evil. That's when it becomes a vice. And this is a vice no one talks about. But like, if you look at it, like Mark Zuckerberg, like the people who create these things, they don't even allow their kids to use the apps, the products that they create. It's dangerous, brother. It's dangerous, especially when you're trying to build a relationship with God, especially when you're trying to align yourself with the man God is calling you out to be. Like, boom, it's destroying. It's making him silent, right? Because the flesh loves distraction because it never has to confront God. You don't have to face your convictions. You don't have to face the battles in your thought. You don't have to face the reality. You get to live in other people's realities. You get to watch other people live out their dreams, right? Isaiah chapter 30. New Testament or Old Testament, man. Let's go. In Isaiah chapter 30, verse 15, it says, "In quietness and in confidence shall be your strength." In quietness and in confidence should be your strength. That's when you find strength. That's when you find your purpose. When you're letting God work in you. When you're able to feel the convictions and take action on it. When you're able to praise and glorify God and see him in every single thing you do. But you can't do this when you're constantly stimulated. I'm going to drill it in your head and I'm going to say it over and over again. Like I want you to, like for the next 7 days, you don't even have to think about a life change because then, you're going to get the anxiety, fear of missing out. Oh, am I really never going to watch something while I eat? No, but try to focus for like 3 days, the next 3 days. Don't bring your phone into the bathroom. You don't need YouTube to take a crap. You don't need music to take a shower. You don't need to skip songs while you're driving. You don't need a podcast while eating your food. Just sit with your thoughts. Like, be still, reflect on your life. Like, notice how far you've come. Notice everything that the Lord has done in your life, right? Understand that. Because if you don't, like, try this for 3 days. Try it just for 3 days. You don't have to change your life, but you're going to see how much better you feel. Like, imagine now you're actually hearing the Lord. Now your prayers feel heard. Now God is talking to you. How beautiful is that, brother? How beautiful is that? Cut it off, brother. You know that you have to. You know, even if I didn't directly mention it, there's times where you're escaping your own reality that God has given you, the perfect reality that He's blessed you with, hiding the opportunities that He's given you because of this fast dopamine, this short dopamine. And you build it, you think it's innocent, you justify it, but then that's why people are addicted to porn. Because they're used to getting all that pleasure in one spot, so they can't live without it in the other. How you do one thing is how you do everything. So be still. Live this kind of still life. You're going to hear God more. You're going to feel more aligned with your purpose. You're going to have more time and be able to put more effort. You're going to crave like the hard work. Like, imagine this version of you now who's like waking up early, like you live by this motto, purpose over pleasure, and the Spirit's leading you now. You're being, God is allowing you, God's giving you the strength, the energy to attack every single opportunity with this kind of relentless energy. It doesn't matter how I feel. Like, imagine this is how you program your brain now. It's purpose over pleasure. I'm going to actually sit with my thoughts. I'm not scared about the negativity because I know that the Lord is with me. I don't have to, hide my battles. I'm strong in the Lord. Like, imagine, I want you to really picture this. Like, you're waking up early. The snooze button doesn't even, it's not even a thought. You're waking up, boom, now you got a morning routine. Now you're reading the Bible. Like, imagine this, brother. Imagine how much powerful you can be. Imagine you walking the purpose that the Lord has for you. Imagine you being still. Imagine you living a slower life. Imagine you being able to, like, actually conversate. And when someone asks you how you're doing, you actually tell them how you're doing. When someone asks you what you're thinking about, you actually have a thought to tell them. When you go and approach a girl, you're used to conversating. It's like a normal person now. This is what happens when you take purpose over pleasure seriously. How much of your life would change just because of this one little motto, this one way, this one rule that you would have to carry out in your life? Like, if you focus on this purpose over pleasure, every area, every aspect of your life will get better. It will become better. You will build a greater character. You will actually live out what the Lord has in store for you because He has something huge for you. He's not done with you. If you are a believer, if you have faith in the Lord and He was done with you, then guess what? You would be sitting on His right hand. But He woke you up today on purpose. God shows up in our life every single day. So it's time for you to show up too. It's time for you to actually be present, right? Because when a man is always entertained, he loses discernment. God may be still speaking to you. He may be still trying to work in your life, but the man is no longer able to hear that because it's just covered up. It's silenced. It's drowned out, right? So spiritual deafness feels like confusion. It feels like distance, like God is distant. God is silent. It feels like a lack of direction, right? And this is like a huge thing that if more people were able to change, like I'm telling you guys, the world is just held captive by that. The whole world just runs like that. So if I go to Ezekiel chapter 12, verse 2, it says, they have ears to hear and hear not. For they are a rebellious house. They have ears to hear and hear not. Like, you have this opportunity. You have the ears to listen to the Lord, but instead you're choosing to drown it out with short-term desires, with short-term pleasures. You have the opportunity to wake up and become a better version of yourself, to be able to speak better, to be able to portray your thoughts to other people, to actually have your own thoughts, your own life, your own version of yourself, your own character that God has built in perfection. But instead it's just skewed and swayed with other people's ideas, with other people's lives. Because guess what? Instead of waking up and asking yourself, how blessed am I to be able today? Instead of reading the Word of God, it's just drowned in other people's ideas and lives. Right? And this is where stillness comes in. And this is like a way of life that I've been taking kind of like really seriously. Just still. No scrolling. Classical music while I'm journaling, maybe. But it's like focus on your thoughts. Because God doesn't compete with noise. If you are prioritizing that noise over Him, then he's just going to sit there waiting for silence, waiting for you to come. It's like you go on a date, right? And you've seen like the movies, you know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You've seen the movies where people are like, they get stood up by their date doesn't say anything, and the server just comes back and back. Oh, is he still coming? Oh, you want me to get you something to drink? You want an appetizer while you wait? That's God. That's God. He's sitting on the other side of the table, and the other chair is empty. The chair across from him is empty. He's just sitting there waiting. He wants you. He wants your prayer. He wants your action. He wants your obedience. But the traffic that's taken the other you, like in the other date, to take so long to actually arrive, is just the noise. It's the constant noise. And while the noise is slowing you down, stopping you from arriving to the date, arriving to God, God is sitting there patiently waiting. He's not going to compete. He waits for silence, right? But stillness forces the flesh to die and the spirit to wake up. Like, think about it. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're struggling with some other sin, then it's not by focusing on the sin. It's by actually transforming your character, right? You don't kill it by focusing on the thing. But if you're now living by purpose over pleasure, don't you think like your character will transform enough to leave those old things behind? A quiet life creates a space for God to lead. I want you guys to take that, right? A quiet life creates a space for God to leave. Let me flip to 1 Kings 19, verse 12. I love this verse. 1 Kings 19:12. And after the earthquake, a fire, but the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, a still small voice. So the fire, the confusion, all the recklessness, all the noise. After the fire, after you push that away, after you leave behind all that stuff, the Lord is a still small voice. But he's there. The voice is there. But it's silenced by all the stimulation. The scrolling, the music, the porn, the junk food, all of it. And when you finally decide to push that fire away, extinguish it, right? Because the Spirit allows you to. The Spirit gives you the strength to. Right? Just push it to the side. Set your phone across the room. Wake up a little bit earlier by setting your phone across the room, and that'll force you to get out of bed to turn off the alarm. And if you're walking, like taking steps after waking up, and you still get back into your bed, brother, you're not taking this seriously enough. Do some exercise. Do some sit-ups, some push-ups like I do. Do whatever. Drink some water in the morning. Force yourself to get a few things done, a few steps done every single morning. Today, I'm going to wake up by purpose over the pleasure. I was reading this really cool verse in this book called Meditations by Marcus Aurelius. He wasn't a godly man, or he wasn't like a follower of Christ, but he was a ruler of Rome, and he ruled for about 14 years. But anyways, it shows like you are not, he said, when you wake up in the morning, do you really feel like your purpose, the reason you were woken up today, was to stay under some comfortable covers and hide from the cold? You see the bees, you see the ants, everyone in nature, all the little bugs in nature waking up and doing the things they're doing for order, for structure in nature. But how about for your purpose? That's like nature in this case, is your purpose. You should wake up without complaining, asking yourself, how blessed am I? Instead of complaining, how blessed am I to have this opportunity and working on that thing in order and design that God has created to like fulfill the order of your purpose. If the bees, the ants, everything in nature is doing this so it can perfectly move and function forward for nature's greater purpose, why don't you do that in your life? That's why you're waking up today. It's not to just be able to feel the comfortable sheets. It's for you to go out and attack, for you to go and make the most out of it, right? And that's when the direction comes. Because when noise dies, clarity returns. Like I'm telling you guys, I promise, try this for 3 days. Because men who embrace stillness walk with calm authority and direction. God leads men who make room for his voice. How can God lead you if you are not making room for his voice? Going back to Psalms, baby. Psalms 32, verse 8. Right? But God leads men who make room for his voice. How sick is that? Verse 8 in Psalms chapter 32. I will instruct thee and teach thee in the way which thou shalt go. I will guide thee with mine eye. I'm actually going to highlight that. Super good, right? But God corrects our path. He teaches us. He guides us. But he can't guide a man who's not leaving room for him. And actually in the community, we're doing a little challenge this week for the next 7 days where we're waking up and just being intentional. We read Colossians chapter 3, verse 2. It says, set your affections on things of above. So that's what we're doing every single day. I'll even show you. If I go to the Discord server real quick. But it's super sick. If you guys want to be a part of the Forge Brotherhood, it's top link in the description. Hours and hours of modules and courses going over mindset, habits, nutrition, training, aligning yourself with the man God is calling you out to be, Bible studies, case studies, theology, killing lust, rules of life. But look, we got 2 weekly calls. We got community. You won't be able to see it, but just like a ton of guys in here just talking about what we're going to focus on the day. What is our intention? What are we going to actually conquer, right? And imagine you have these men around you pushing yourself to the next level that you can be vulnerable and open with, talk about your falls, confessing the things. Like, it's super powerful. It's not necessary. Your relationship with the Lord is individual, right? And this community isn't gonna, by any means give you a better relationship with the Lord, but it can help you. It can help you move forward. It can help you align yourself with the man God is calling you out to be. It can help you surround yourself with better people. So if you're still not obeying, if you're still, being blinded to all these things, this community won't change anything. You get out of it what you put in, right? But the Lord is always with you, whether you're in it or not. But if you do want to step into it, first link in the description. God bless every single one of you guys, and focus on that. Be still and hear God. God bless you.